Bonjour, bonsoir, buenos dias, buenas noches. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. So today we're going to be talking about Catfish, the new episode. So this one actually was a good one, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, it wasn't too mysterious, but let's just dive in. We ain't gonna say too much. So Jasmine, she's 28 years old. She has 2 kids. She lives in Maryland, and she's been talking to this dude named Ryan. He's 31, and he's from Virginia. So she met him on a dating app that her friend convinced her to do or whatever. And the red flag about everything is that he hasn't FaceTimed her and he hasn't seen her in person in 6 months. I mean, what year is this? I mean, just not doing any type of video or anything is just so far, or meeting up is so foreign to say we're doing this in 2023. Like, I just feel like that's super odd. Like, something has to be wrong. So from what she was saying, like, whenever they're supposed to meet up, he be having like family problems and things like that. So he apologizes profusely and she ends up taking him back, or she ends up reconciling with him and being okay with everything. So Jasmine's mother, she did reveal some things about her past. So Jasmine's mother was on drugs when she was younger, so she ended up in foster care. And when and the foster care people was terrible to her, she said. And that's a story from what I've seen of a lot of people. But it's like, why do people become foster parents if they're gonna be so shitty to these kids? Like, I don't understand what's the purpose, and I don't understand why it's allowed to happen. Like, is it that the kids are too scared to say anything, or what? Like, I'm pretty sure they get visits and things like that. So it's like, how is this still happening where these kids are getting molested, abused, and just treated so poorly? And why are these people even applying to be foster parents if you don't have a passion for it? Like, is it just for the check? Like, I don't know. These stuff like that just bothers the shit out of me, because it's like, there's no point. Like, leave that to people who actually care, who actually can change these kids' lives and show them a better way if they've already been through something so terrible for growing up. That's the reason why they're in foster care for the most part. So anyways, I got a little passionate, y'all. I was getting passionate. Anyway, so like I said, with her mom, she was in she was on drugs. So when she became a teenager, she actually sought out, found her mother, and went to live with her mother. And you would think that was a great thing, but it actually caused even more trauma for her, because her mom was doing okay, I guess. And then at some point she got high again. She went in her room, said she feels so tired and things like that. Wake her up at a certain time. She said she heard a loud thump, and that was the end of her mom. So she didn't really say it, but it sounds like it was overdose. So yeah, I mean, that's a terrible experience. She literally had to see her mom taken out of her room, she said. So I'm pretty sure she has a lot of, abandonment issues and just other traumas stemming from her childhood. So many things that she probably hasn't even dealt with, but she's kind of festering and harboring inside her. So then she says that with her 2 kids, the first guy that she was with, and this leads back from the trauma that she had, the first guy that she was with ended up abusing her, and she had a kid by him. She didn't really heal from that, but she did call the police. She got the strength to do that, which a lot of people that have been victimized or abused, they don't necessarily do that a lot of times. They keep on getting beat until they finally run away sometimes. So, definitely commending her for being able to do that, especially this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So it was great to hear that type of empowering story. So now, following that, she said she didn't really heal from that, ends up with another guy and got pregnant again. So, those are some of the traumas, and she's probably going to get pregnant with this new guy, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, unfortunately, like I said, she has a lot of learning to do and a lot of healing to do as well. So she said she has spoken to Ryan on the phone, and he has kind of like a country accent. So at least that's one thing, you know. At least she knows he's a real person and he sounds like he has an accent. So Virginians, I think y'all have accents, don't y'all? I mean, everybody be like, nobody really thinks they have an accent if they're from somewhere because they're so used to it, you know. But so they go ahead, they do their investigation, Neve and Cammy, and it pops up something about him being a rapper from his Instagram. So he has more than one Instagram. He has one that seems like it actually has 20, I think it had 20,000 followers, and then the other one had under 5,000 followers. The one under 5,000 had like rapping stuff. So they keep searching and searching, and they do like a photo search, and they come up with a name. I think it was like Maj something. They come up with him, and it says that he was a construction worker. So that kind of corresponds with the story that I think it's my dog. It kind of corresponds with the story that she had given. So now actually, that was the one thing about it. I wonder what fell. I'm trying not to get distracted, y'all, but something fell. I think it was like my broom or something. So yeah, the one with the 20K followers, when they looked into the comments and stuff like that, maybe to see if they could find a friend to message, you know, like how they normally do when they're investigating, it seemed like a lot of the followers were fake, because it was like those promotion bot types of things. So of course that was starting to hinder and seem like a red flag. But the fact that the other page, well, the photo, when they did a photo search, came up with a photo of him as a construction worker, which is what he said he did as a city worker, that kind of was like, okay, maybe he is who he said he is. I don't know yet. So they tell Jasmine everything that they learned. And, you know, they didn't really want her to get her hopes up, mainly because of everything that she's been through. They didn't want her to go through any more disappointment, because this could definitely cause some disappointments. So now they go to Virginia. They talk to him, you know, tell him that they want to meet up with him, whatever. And he agrees. So they go to Virginia to meet him. They pull up to this wooden park area that he sent them to. And homie does not show up. Like, it was like mad secluded, only a few cars, and homie ends up saying like that he couldn't do it because it's too hard for him. So yeah, he just didn't come. So they pretty much wasted their time. They had to go back to the hotel, and she ends up messaging him and letting him know, like, you know, I'm still here, you still have an opportunity. And yeah, if you want to be in this relationship with me, you better show your ass up, you know. But of course she said it in a nicer way, but that's pretty much what she was saying without saying it. Like, this is the end, the final closing, this is your final opportunity, so you better not make us, we wasted our time coming all the way over here, driving, you know, from Maryland all the way to Virginia, like, bro. And don't do this, don't do it. So the next day, he apologizes once again, like he normally does. And he says that he'll meet up. And he actually gave him a real official address this time. So, you know, that's a green flag, right? Green. Let's go. And when they pull up to the door, when they get there, some guy with locks opens the door and like, all right, I'm going to get cuz. I'm going to get cuz real quick. Like, cuz, who the hell are you? And why are you not the person that told us to come to this address? You know, it was just, Neve was starting to get annoyed. Like, nah. Why we standing up out here like idiots? Because dude closed the door. He's like, hello? Come on. I'm like, yo, Neve, that's something I would do for real, because I don't have the patience, okay, to be standing up there talking about somebody just opened the door, they closed the door, and I'm supposed to stay out here waiting for what? Like, you didn't even really tell me what was going on. Nah. Like, you got to do better than that. So, I commend Neve. Like, Neve's a funny dude. I like him, yo. He's a funny guy. He wasn't played any games. So now, you know, it was getting to the point where they was like, you know what, maybe we should just leave, because what is this? What the is going on here, huh? What's up? And all of a sudden, here comes this all black car, coming like Men in Black or something like that. coming up like the CIA or something, pulling up nice and slow, all tinted windows and everything, so you can't even see who it is. And boom, here he goes. And the person comes out, they have the dramatic pause, go to break. They come back, and lo and behold, it was really Ryan. The face from the freaking app, from the pictures, from the Instagram. Like, this was like a shocker, because we were starting to get to the point where we was thinking he was really a catfish from everything that was going on. I mean, let's just be honest, right? But yeah, it was really him. He says that he's separated or whatever. Like, the reason why he didn't want to meet up and all this stuff, because he had a lot going on. He said he had family issues. His mom was in, I think he said his mom was in the hospital, something with his dad. Like, I think his dad went to jail or something like that. And he said, like, he was actually going through he said he was in a marriage, and he's completely separated from it now. All right, so I'm one of the people, and I'll let y'all know this right now. Like, I like to play with words, because I don't like to lie, but I also will go around the truth if I need to, okay? So that nobody could ever call me a liar. You may say that I misled, or, I kind of, whatever, but you can't really call me a liar ever. You know what I'm saying? So with him, I felt like he kind of played with words here, because I never heard him say the words, I got a divorce. What I heard him say was, we're completely separated now. And he said that the word separated multiple times. So what I am deducing from this, I'm coming to the conclusion that, that he's probably separated, probably maybe legally, maybe got the paperwork and all that. Maybe moved out the house now. He's probably still in the house, probably still getting that poom poom before. But now they're completely boom, boom, boom. And they don't have any kids, so at least there's nothing to really hold them. Maybe assets have to be separated or whatever. But other than that, maybe he might have to pay. No, I don't think he'd have to pay alimony, because he said he was married 4 years. So, I mean, it was a real marriage. But he said, separated. So that's the key word here. The crazy thing, or I wouldn't want to say the crazy thing, but Neve had said to Jasmine, he was like, I bet you would have been understanding if he would have just came out and been honest from day one. And she said, yeah. But I feel like regardless of anything, she would have been okay with it. She just wants to know the truth. And she looked like she didn't even care that he was lying anyway. Like, she was just, okay, like, let's move on. Like, you're my man, my man, my man, I feel like she's at a place where she's so lonely and just wanting love, and for someone to see her, and he gives her that affection. He gives her that security that she's longing for, that family life that she's longing for, that she's probably gonna end up, like, if he realizes this, he can definitely play on her emotions, and he can definitely kind of take advantage of that, I should say. I mean, hopefully not. He seems like a good guy, but even the worst guys seem like good guys, Even a narcissist is great in the beginning, They love bomb you. They tell you everything you want to hear. They mirror you. Like, they will literally tell your family and everybody around you how great you are, They will get into your mother effing head, and they will embed and plant themselves in there. So with that being said, like, I wouldn't really say like he's an amazing guy, because I don't really know that for a fact, but I do feel like if given the opportunity and her track record, he could turn into one of these people. But I'm hoping and praying not. I'm hoping and praying that he is, a good fit for her, and he is going to cherish her heart, especially knowing that everything that she's been through. That can sometimes be a good thing or a bad thing. Like, when people know everything that you've been through, sometimes they can end up using that against you, or knowing, I can push her as far as I want to push her, because she's going to stay with me regardless. Or they could be like, what, you've been through so much. I want to cherish you. I want to make sure that I mend your heart and gain your confidence, your trust, and respect. So I guess we'll see if they do like any more updates in the future. But yeah, I mean, he's, like I said, he seems sincere. And in the update, he said they both, they're still talking, and they seem like they're in a good place. So at least that's good. And let me say, Jasmine got a banging body. Like, you saw all that booty. Like, girl, you better go ahead. And he's a very handsome guy. So, I mean, they look like they would be a nice little couple. So, hopefully their family situation works out. And, yeah, we'll see. And he did say he was open to marrying again in the future. So at least he's not one of those people like, I don't never want to get married again. But then he could also be masking and just saying anything for the cameras, But as far as what he said and what we saw without thinking that he's a liar, like, he sounds like a really good guy. So if that's the case, then I'm definitely happy for her. She needs a happy ending. All right, let me know what y'all thought about this episode down below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that I helped to fill in the gaps and, that we can have a little bit of a conversation. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.